Meantime, did Hunter Biden sell the Biden brand to score lucrative business deals abroad? Well, more evidence. Another example in a 2017 email, Hunter Biden details a lucrative arrangement with a big Chinese energy firm as part of a deal he struck with the since vanished chairman of the CEFC for half ownership of that holding company that was expected to provide him with more than $10 million a year. Joining us now, Senate Finance Committee member, Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn. Interesting to see how Jamie Raskin and the Democrats were standing there laughing about the conversations that took place on speakerphone in front of the President of the United States, Senator, who said that he never knew about any of these business dealings between his son or his brother and these entities that we're talking about here. Are we going to get any closer to the truth by the end of all this?
My hope is that we do get closer to the truth, because the American people are so tired of two tiers of justice, two tiers of approach, of treatment, of access, and they continue to talk about this. Last night I did a telephone town hall with Tennesseans. This was one of the questions. When are we going to see equal justice under the law and stop this two tiers of treatment? And people see the Bidens have done this. They have traded on the Biden brand. They have no skill set, no expertise in industries, but all of a sudden are being paid millions because their name is Biden.
Senator, your colleague, Mitch McConnell, announcing that he's going to step down from leadership. Very big news. I wonder what you think that means for the direction of Republican leadership in the Senate. And I'd love to know who you think should fill those shoes.
Well, we thank Leader McConnell for his service. We know at the end of the year that he will be stepping down. Between now and then, we have to keep our focus on making certain that we take the U.S. Senate and that we have a Republican majority leader. And also, we have to keep our focus on electing Donald Trump to the White House. That is where my energy will be. After we cross those two hurdles in November, we will turn our attention to whomever is going to replace Mitch McConnell as the Republican majority leader.
I want to stay in the executive branch, if you will, Senator. Biden, of course, planning a visit to the border tomorrow. Curious if you think that this shows that he's taking the issue seriously, finally.
I think what he is doing is going for a photo op. Once again, he's going to the wrong address. He's going to an area that is not having a lot of immigrant crossings, because Texas has secured their border. I think they had 12 illegal entrants yesterday at the address where Biden is going. And I think it's interesting that the Border Patrol has already called him out as too little too late on this issue of securing our southern border. On the other hand, President Donald Trump heading to the border will be warmly received by Border Patrol, because when Donald Trump was president, he gave Border Patrol what they needed to do their job, and they did it. And we had a secure border. We did not have dozens of terrorists crossing our border. We've had 58 already this fiscal year. So it's going to be very different receptions by people on the ground. Donald Trump is going to a point of action. Joe Biden goes to the wrong address once again, so he can take that picture and he can say, I'm doing something about it, and talk about it in the State of the Union.
Senator Blackburn, always great to have you on and to get your perspective.
Good to be with you. Thank you.